Good day everyone! Today we are going to tackle the multigrade education. Before we proceed, let's start defining multigrade education. Multigrade teaching occurs in primary education when a teacher has two teach or more primary school student grades in the same class. More general term and probably more accurate is that multigrade teaching refers to the teaching of students of different ages, grades, and abilities in the same group. The multigrade class structure is known by various names in different countries. These include composite or combination classes, double classes, split classes, mixed age classes, vertically grouped classes, multiple classes, family classes, or multi-level classes. Multi-grade classrooms ought to be taken seriously into account since such schools are considered to play important role on providing access to education for all in remote, isolated, and underdeveloped rural areas. Let's proceed to the question and answer about multi-grade education. What are the outcomes of adopting multi-grade teaching in a school compared with the outcomes of abandoning the student in grades for which there are no teachers?
There are many outcomes in adopting multigrade education. It's either good or not. The struggles of both students and teacher can be experienced, but it was the best way for not to abandon some students because teachers are not enough.
Some outcomes is that the students will be able to learn a lot. The learners will be able to teach by their teacher, even though it was hard for the part of the teacher as well. The learners will continue their education.
What are your feelings regarding the usefulness of multigrade teaching if systematically carried out? If multigrade classrooms are systematically carried out, I am confident that it would be very useful to reach as many children for elementary grade levels in remote barangays.
Also, it will lessen the struggle of the teachers to provide a diverse group of learners with quality education if there is sufficient preparation in teaching training and there are appropriate multi-level instructional materials and books. With that, it will have more advantages than disadvantages and we can assure the quality education we offer in multi-grade classrooms.
If, however, you become multi-grade teacher, how are you going to arrange your class? Give a draft and explain the considerations, your arrangements.
If I will become a teacher of multigrade classroom, I will arrange my class by organizing the desks in the small groupings and my desk will be at the front side corner in the room. Spaces are important to have a student to use to do activities by individual or by group. It will also serve as a learner area especially when students want to be alone and study by her or himself. And I will not cover the windows with poster or paintings. I will just use curtains in order to not block the lights. The resources of my students will keep on slabs at the front of the classroom in boxes where they are labeled to help the group identify what they need. I will keep the boxes or folders of students' work and I will place it at the top of the bookshelves. I will also display the example of individual or by group work at the bulletin board regularly in order for my students to become motivated. And I will also display some interesting poster in the classroom in order for them to feel that they are in school and their aim is. I arrange like this because it is a multiple grade class and they have different grade level, age, abilities, and for me, it is good way in order for me to access if they are learning and how they are progressing individually. And also for them to develop communication and socialization with their classmates and also in this kind of setup will help them to help each other when one is having difficulty in activity.
When considering the class size, what are your views of teaching to more than one grade group?
In 2017, there is a 1 to 30 ratio per class per teacher, meaning every 30 students, there is a one teacher to facilitate the class. Teaching a more than one grade group would likely be very hard, especially on the part of teachers. But if it is a call of service for the welfare of the students, I think many teachers are still sacrificing their own for the better future of those communities that lacks teachers.
So my view of teaching when I'm considering the class size is more challenging, wherein I need to be more flexible, create different pedagogy for the students so that the classroom discussions become more interesting and effective. Handling different grade levels is hard and difficult, but as a teacher, I need to provide a good quality of education for my student. Being a teacher is more than a professional. It is more like martyrdom for the sake of the welfare of young ones for a better future.